Hello, my name is Srimathi Vadivel, and my partner's name is Anushka Kondur, and this is our HackRU Spring 2025 project called ParkinScan. So the inspiration behind it was that we realized that Parkinson's disease is often diagnosed way too late, after motor symptoms appear and irreversible neurological damage has already been done. But there are some studies that show that there are some physical signs, mental signs of an early Parkinson's diagnosis. And we basically just wanted to use technology and build a non-invasive, accessible, and AI-powered tool that can analyze specifically voice detection. Um, Parkinson's people within the diagnosis are known to have a little bit of a slurred speech. So by using machine learning and speech recognition, we wanted to give people the opportunity to kind of track themselves and see whether they have a possibility of Parkinson's or not, and then give all that data to a medical professional. So the way our app works is you create a profile for yourself. That way, all your information is logged in under your own account, and you record your voice and it'll analyze your result. Even though we do highlight our speech recognition technology within this application, we also have functionalities that lets you monitor your sleep, track your nutrition, and journal your mood for your mental health. So our tech stack for this project, the front end was HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, more specifically React, and our back end was done through Flask and Python. So our speech and analysis model is done through a random forest classifier that has around 100 trees and the max depth of 10. And we trained our model on 18 acoustic features that were extracted from speech recordings. We did want to highlight that these speech recordings are using synthetic data. And for a real life application, we would actually want to use data from Parkinson's patients on what an actual Parkinson's patient sound like with that slur that I was talking about in their voice. But due to HIPAA violations currently, we just wanted to be on the safer side and use synthetic data. And for feature extraction, we used MFCCs. Basically, what this does is capture voice characteristics and that speech articulation to see um, if a coefficient of either the mean, the standard deviation, or skewedness is off from a normal speech. Oops. Um, Further on our speech analysis model, we also calculate the root mean square energy, and all this basically does is measure that amplitude and see if it's off um, from a normal patient speaking. We also check the brightness of a sound, so basically how high a person's voice sounds, and we also have spectral roll-off. This just shows the shape of the spectrum of the sound, and chroma features, which captures the tonal content of one speech. All right. So the way our speech analysis works, which I'll also show during the project demo, is that it captures a 10-second audio sample of a patient's voice. And we also do have a specific sentence we encourage them to say while doing the recording. And it then our voice recorder extracts all of the acoustic features within that 10-second recording. And it does that using the Librosa library. And it computes statistical measures such as mean, standard deviation, and skewedness. And using the help of medical students, we have a model that predicts probability and we have a simple scale. And for future models, we would like to run this through more medical professionals and have a different type of scoring system. But for now, we track a high tremor as a score above 0.6, irregular speech as a score of above 0.5, and voice instability of a score above 0.7. And it basically combines all these scores and gives a person a 1 and indicates their risk factor. We do keep track of their progress. We have all their voice recordings within our database. And this is just to hand over to a potential medical professional to see that change in speech over time. More features we also do have is sleep monitoring and exercise mobility assessment. Again, I will show this during the project demo so you can see a more um, live version of it. The other features that we do have is mental health monitoring, just to keep track of one's mood, stress, anxiety levels, and offers a little bit of help um, for one's mental health. We also do have a nutrition tracking. Um, what a person's diet heavily depends on um, the Parkinson's. So we just want to make sure that we're keeping track of their diet and water intake as well. And basically, our application is just a holistic progress tracking application. It help monitors all of their data and provides visualizations. All right. Yeah. And our application, our main goals is to detect those changes in speech patterns, declining sleep quality, reduce mobility levels, and offer support in mood and anxiety fluctuations and see those changes over a period of time. So some challenges we did face was lack of real training data, due to HIPAA violations and not wanting to um, have actual patient data that could violate privacy concerns. We created synthetic data for our machine learning model, but in the future, we would love to use actual Parkinson's speech recordings. That way, our model knows exactly what that slur and tremor in one's voice sounds like. And we are using simplified patterns. Again, that scoring system I was talking about. We did use the help of medical students, but we would love to get it reviewed by actual medical professionals and be used in studies. Um, we would also like to have more of a professional audio processing complexity. People's backgrounds and other things could add on to the audio being skewed or biased. Just because some people also just because they don't enunciate certain words or if they're not a native English speaker, those are all things we wanted to make sure that we included in our project and be able to manage those audio quality issues. The accomplishments of our project is we did create a comprehensive health monitoring system for Parkinson's patients. And it integrates multiple health tracking modules. Again, as I was saying, it's that sleep, speech, exercise, nutrition, mental health. We also do have a daily check-in that also keeps track of one's daily health. And it's just a quick way to see if there's tremor in the hand, if they had a good night's sleep, things like that. Um, we also have a holistic dashboard that helps a person visualize their trends and can be straight given to a health professional for easy understanding on how a patient's doing day to day. And another thing we wanted to highlight is our u easy UI, our interface. Again, we are dealing with elderly people and people who potentially could have Parkinson's. So we wanted to make sure that we have a lot of easy to go buttons. Nothing was too flashy or too complicated, and that we have a simple system uh, for people to use. And our implementations, as I talked about earlier, it's we have that speech recognition machine learning model, and we used real data collection. Um, we would like to add more sophisticated audio features, as again, we do have just synthetic data for now. Um, and we also have want to add tremor detection as well. All right. So I'm going to go into our project to show you all these features that I have talked about so far. So I already have it running. Um, as I said, you have to log in. So I'm just going to register an account here. Oh, I'm already registered. But if you're a new user, you would have to register, put in your email and a password. Um, just to test it, I did take the daily check-in, but this will pop up as soon as you open the application. I'm just going to put a couple yeses so you can see what that urgent recommendation looks like. Um, so this is the warning you get. I can also, if I put no for everything, you will get no immediate concerns. This is the holistic dashboard we were talking about. It just has data that me and my partner had put in just to show what like a weekly data set looks like. Um, okay, I'm gonna go to the exercise module. Um, if you put your mobility level and what energy level you have, it'll give you exercises for that day to do. We also do have a timer. That way someone can just turn it on in their phone or computer and just do the exercises and have that um timer going on in the background. We also do have our nutrition tracking, so you can put in what type of meal you had, what foods you consumed, what portions. If you had difficulty with any of these three, those are also research shows that that could be a sign of Parkinson's. So that's why we have these easy little check boxes and any notes. And this will just get added to your database to give to a potential health professional. We also do have a sleep tracker. So I'm gonna put in some times for now. I hope no one sleeps for 3 hours. Again, these are same as we have with those nutrition checkboxes. We also have some sleep disturbances checkboxes. These are also some potential symptoms of Parkinson, so that's why we just have these three ready to go. And then you can log sleep. As you can see, it stores it within the back end. And after a week, the trends will show up on this tab. Here is our speech recording. So for example, I'm just going to do it right now to show you what a user would do. So I'm going to just start recording. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take shape of a long round arch with its path high above and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. All right, so it didn't record the whole thing, but as of right now, we just have 10 seconds. That's why. And as you can see, my risk score is 33. This is 33 out of 100. Um, and it gives me some feedback on my speech patterns and some recommendations as well. Um, yeah. And it gives like a little percentage for each one of these patterns, clarity, fluency, and volume. And yeah, that's our dashboard for now. We wanted to again keep it really simple, straight to the point, nothing too complicated. We kept the color scheme all blue, that way nothing is too flashy or too much on the eyes for a Parkinson patient. And you can also log out, that way all your data is within that specific email that you registered to. Right. So thank you so much for viewing this video, and this project was done by me and Anushka Kondur. Thank you.